Welcome back to Body Talk with Gigi and Melody Marie, powered by State Farm, Rebecca Davis, where it's all about the body and we love to talk. Now, you guys, make sure you go and follow us on our social media, Body Talk Media. That is on all social media platforms, okay, you guys? Now, Miss Gigi.
Yes, ma'am.
We are talking about transforming.
Whoop, whoop.
How far would you go to transform? G, what do you got for us?
Well, look, you know, in today's society, I tell you, people kind of take things to an extreme.
Extreme is a nice word.
You know, we all, I don't know what it is about us as humans, but we look in the mirror and we can just look like Gigi or Melody Marie and just not be happy and want to make changes. I'm not arrogant, guys. Promise I'm not. I'm just being funny. But seriously, but people for whatever reason just don't find happiness aesthetically sometimes, and often we've talked about this, is not an aesthetic issue. It's usually something within. It's an inner issue that they have.
Here.
So
it's what you think here.
It's what they have.
Because they be gorgeous people. Gorgeous. But then when they look in the mirror, they always see something that could be fixed or something that could be enhanced or something wrong. You know.
Right. And it has nothing to do with being like a size 8 or 2 or even a size like 18. You can be beautiful or like having, you know, guys, if you, depending on what your size is, you know, I mean, I kind of gave sizes of women there, but even men, they have issues, you know, body image issues sometimes. Absolutely. So, but with society in the last number of years, we've seen transformations on the extreme.
Right.
And one of the biggest, we all know, are like when women particularly want to go into the area of the junk in the trunk,
the booty. Everybody want the big
make
booty.
changes in the booty area.
No, wait, Carlos, what is one of the biggest things that you get from women when they come in the gym? What is the one thing they say they don't want to lose?
Wow, which is crazy. They can be 200 pounds and say, help me lose my stomach, but I want to keep my butt.
Yes, it's all about the booty right now. It's all about the booty right now.
That's crazy.
And they don't, and often what happens is, in Master Trainer Mr. Jordan can tell you, when you lose weight and you have a massive or a large amount of weight to lose, the fat, you will lose
it in the tush.
Because it's fat that's covering that muscle if you actually haven't built that muscle up.
Absolutely.
So that's just fat. That's why exercise and training is so important. So what a lot of women will do is they want to like have enhance it. And so there are different ways that we have noticed. Like there was a huge surge. What actually happened around 2008, 2009, cosmetic surgery as a whole went down about 37%. But guess what rose?
What rose?
Butt implants.
Yeah.
Butt implants shot up 67%. So regular like facelifts, breast augmentations, all of those went down. But the gluteus maximus.
So it wasn't about the face and the boobies anymore. It was about the booty.
It was all about the junk in the trunk. It was about the junk in the trunk. And that was due to all the, I don't know. When I say role models, let's say celebrities. They're not really role models. The J-Los, the Beyoncés, the Nicki Minaj's, all of those people became more prominent with those shapely, curvy bodies. And so women wanted to emulate that, right? Now, the problem happens is when, and I think we have some visuals of some people and a particular woman. Now, a lot of women would do the correct thing and go to board-certified surgeons for, let's say, the fat injections, like the actual Brazilian, where they would take fat from, let's say, your abdominal area, fat areas, and inject it and transfer it. But some of the problem is a lot of women didn't do that. They would go to surgeons that, or people that weren't actual doctors. And we are familiar with them having things like, it's not funny, but I'm like, oh my God, how do you let someone put tire filler or super glue in your body? That's not even compatible with
silicone in there as well too. Mixed with a little baby.
The picture that you guys are seeing right now, her story like went viral in like 5 minutes.
Ooh, that's crazy. You see that, Carlos?
She actually went to a board certified surgeon. She was going through a midlife crisis. So we're speaking about her tonight because she's one of these people. She was beautiful. She had a nice shapely body. But when she looked in the mirror, she saw something completely different. She was unhappy with herself. So she wanted to go get her butt lifted. right? Thinking she'll be happier. So she had injections, the silicone injections. Right. 6 months later, it had, it leaked.
It leaked.
And up her back and legs, and she developed all these health issues. Basically, she developed an autoimmune disorder.
Oh, wow.
And so the doctors wanted to go in and take the silicone out. Being vain, she didn't want that. She was like, no, boo, put the implants in.
Make it bigger.
Make it bigger. This, in turn, made it even worse.
Wow.
So she had even more problems. So they ended up having to take out and she could actually flip.
Wow.
The implants, which is the picture that our viewers can see right now. And so she went from a nice, beautiful, attractive woman who was just a little unhappy.
She looked like she got a cake pan in her butt. You know the little brown cake pan that you make to make cakes and you layer them? Look like a little cake pan back there.
And then once they removed those implants in the silicone, she was left deformed. Wow. And she was left scarred. Wow. And not just physically, but obviously mentally and emotionally. And so she kind of speaks to people now, and her whole platform and thing right now is don't do any plastic surgery, because it's like once you go there and once that happens, you can't change it.
Now, Carlos, I want to know your opinion about this. You hear this a lot from women, and I'm sure you've heard and saw some extreme, measures that people go to be able to transform. Like, what do you think about, when you see something like this and this self-mutilation to the body? And no judgment on plastic surgery or augmentations. Hey, whatever, makes you feel beautiful and you want to do and it's safe, we're all for it. But when it goes to an extreme, as with this young lady, what's your take on that?
My take is it's a cultural thing. It's people don't want to work for pretty much anything anymore.
Right. They want a quick fix.
Everybody want a quick fix. You gotta think the same thing with having great work ethics. Now that social media world is took over, people too preoccupied to do anything else.
Anything else.
So you can get basically everything you want just by going on the internet. When something looks easy, you don't have to work for it. Of course, majority of people, that's the route they're going to take.
Now, when somebody comes in and they say they want nice little butt, little tushy, little back there, you are the body transformation king. What do you do to get they back there on, the little hump rump back there? What you do?
When they use the words like, I want you to spot train.
What can they do to get this nice little round derriere that they're looking for?
Well, first thing you have to do, you have to change their mindset.
Yes.
So changing mindset is making sure that you and the trainer is a good fit.
Okay.
So if I don't want to tell you something unrealistic that I can't do.
Right.
But you have to make them understand this is a consistent and this is a time basis, and it's not going to happen overnight.
Right. Absolutely.
And if you're willing to go to course, those things we can make happen along with doing squats, lunges, step ups, glute thrusts. It's just so much they can do, but it's work.
So we can build a nice little round tushy, but it's going to take time.
It's going to take time.
And it's not going to be outrageous, basically, is what you're saying.
So in other words, it'll look natural.
And you're going to be healthy.
I love that. And you're
natural
gonna be
and healthy.
Now, you hear about six packs all the time. Woo! Everybody wants a six pack or a small waist, okay? I know you get that one all the time.
Yes.
Last week we talked about, are abs really made in the kitchen? And we came up with, yes, they
are.
Yes, they are. So what about ab etching? That's a big thing that people are doing now, Gigi.
That is an actual thing, having ab implants.
Yes.
And ab sculpting and etching is an actual procedure. People have been doing that for a number of years. And it's pretty obvious on most people, because the people that are doing this procedure are people who still have a high BMI and people who don't have any obvious muscle tone on any other part of their body. And I believe we have some pictures to show.
Yeah. Look at that. That looks like 6 potatoes up under her skin. Wow.
You have to be placed under anesthesia. And again, these are some people, as one of the pictures we're showing is a competitor. I think that her picture and a male competitor.
Now, if you saw that on stage, would you know that was real or false?
It looks false.
Okay.
You have to take a really close look at that, but it's not unachievable.
The guy don't look right, but the girl, she look like she got 6 potatoes up under her skin.
Crazy.
Wow.
And it's what they do is they go in and they make an incision right above the abdominal wall, and then they place the layer of it's kind of like a little plastic
the
little cups, the
implants
over the abdominal wall, and they could be placed in either like a layer of 6 or 8. I think I want an 8-pack.
So at least the young lady got muscles to go along with her six-pack, but the guy really doesn't have any chest, any arms, anything like that. He just got
no symmetry.
Now, Carlos, can you have a six-pack like that and not have any other muscles on the rest of your body?
You can, but my God, who want to do that?
And this is the thing. Now, if you were like maybe a very thin person, we would probably see someone who's very thin with a low body fat, and they may not have muscles. But someone who obviously is looking like this gentleman, you have to kind of think, probably not.
Right.
You know, when I was growing up, there was a lot of kids. I mean, kids 10 years old having six-packs.
Six-packs, right.
Yeah.
I mean, they already got six-packs. They were small,
lean.
but you can see a six-pack on these boys. I'm like, my God. With good genetics.
Good genetics.
And sometimes you do have some of those abnormal freaks, but 99% of people are not that way.
Yeah.
And the thing about this is that you can be out of commission up to about, because you have to wear like a compression bandage, under anesthesia. And there are risks with all surgeries for like a week, and you can be out of commission possibly up to like 6 weeks with a type of surgery like this. Well, 6 weeks, you said you transformed this gentleman for his class reunion in 6 weeks.
Right. I mean, when I first really got my first visual six-pack was when you helped me get ready for my first competition. And we did that in a matter of months. So Carlos is responsible for helping me achieve the six-pack. But what would someone need to do to be able to receive this the natural, healthy way?
The first thing is abs made in the kitchen.
It's
you gotta
true.
have the correct nutrition.
Right.
You gotta have work ethics, which means you gotta come in the gym, you gotta work out. There's a combination of things you gotta do. You gotta work your lower abs, your bent knee leg raise, your bicycle for your obliques, your side thrust for your serralis. Just a lot of stuff you gotta do.
So the no sweat six-pack, we're not going with that.
No.
Okay, and then here's this key thing. What I need you to do is stop doing this. Push back from the table. Push back. And eat the right stuff. That'll get you your six-pack.
Right.
And this one right here, she walk around with a six-pack, 8-pack about all year long, checking it, making sure it's there. Get on my doggone nerves. I'm like, it's there. Don't keep touching it. All right, you guys, we're going to take a quick break. Make sure you guys stay tuned in. We're coming back with more extreme transformations. How far would you go to transform? Special guest Carlos Jordan in the building.
Yes.